Good morning, good morning. It is Wednesday, September 11th, 2024, 6:23 a.m. I've been up for about an hour, and I wanted to give you a look of what it looks like for me starting my days, what I'm working on. Number one thing is that it is super important for me to get up before Jack, and Chelsea. They're in the back, still sleeping. If I can get an hour, 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours of work done on anything that I'm building, that is just huge for like my own mindset and my own momentum in life. So here's what we're working on this morning. Number one, over here. Boom. I just launched a new accelerator cohort in Tribal. Accelerator cohorts are small groups that are basically built out for 6 to 8 weeks, typically towards a race. So I just built out the accelerator cohort that's in prep of Ironman Florida. But on top of organizing the Ironman Florida folks, I am adding in, we've got like 4 new athletes that I've added in. And bringing them into this cohort is doing 2 things. Number one is that it's really overloading their onboarding process and giving them a chance to have a call with me and other Tribal athletes every week for, this one's running for 7 weeks. So it's really high touch, gives them a chance to interact, ask questions, just get engaged a bit more with the team on their training, but it also helps them get immersed into the Tribal community in a smaller group setting. We have 60 plus people inside the tribe right now. And so when somebody comes in, it's great to have all these people around you that are doing similar stuff, but it can be kind of daunting to find your place within 60 plus people. So this group is going to have 10 to 15, depending on how many can show up to every single call. And so this will be a great chance for the new guys to build relationships and learn from the people who are in prep of their first Ironman. Some of these new guys, they are training for their first 70.3, got another guy training for his first half marathon. So smaller sized goals compared to an Ironman, but at the same point in the same process. Another thing that I'm working on here is I am building out a partnership with Luna Sandals. Ahead of Zion 100, a bunch of our athletes read the Born to Run book. And in that Born to Run book, there's a character, Barefoot Ted, who develops these running shoes that he gets from like this Native American tribe that he's running with. I forget all the details, but basically a bunch of us got connected to Barefoot Ted on Twitter once we read that book. And we are very in line with this dude and his business and his mission and his values of endurance, of adventure, of natural human movement. And so right now I'm creating basically the first real Tribal branding partnership where we are going to get discount codes for Luna Sandals. I shared this with the team the other day and it was funny. Blaine, he was like, dude, I've been needing some Jerusalem cruisers is what he called them. So these are like barefoot style sandals. Let me go to the website here and show you what some of these things look like. So we got some of these, bunch of different options. And we'll be getting these just for everyday wear, get into some fun adventure running, trail running in them. Just a different way to kind of mix up training, improve your gait, right? These are really valuable. Running barefoot like this with just kind of a thin sandal can really help people develop good and natural movement patterns. So I just sent something off to them. And next, what I'm going to do is I got to shoot off an email to our Vampi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Running. They are the race org that's putting on Elephant 50. And since we have upwards of 20 athletes going, I want to get some discounts for our registration. And I want us to be like, hey, Tribal is bringing 10, 20% of the field. So we get a discount, right? And we get a little bit of privilege. We get a little bit of special treatment. So that's just what I'm cooking on. A couple athlete check-ins real quick on just certain things that are going on. And this is what we got cooking to start the day. In not too long, Chelsea and Jack will be up. So this is about banging shit out and getting it done. All right, so I told you I'm less than 3 weeks out from Chattanooga 70.3. And so an implementation to my race prep is slight moderation on caffeine. This is my second kind of a mini cup here, but I'm cutting myself off at 3 of these. It's very early. It's 6:29 right now, but I am basically cutting off caffeine at 10 a.m. So I'll probably have another cup at some point in the morning after this, but I don't want to overload my system with caffeine and be on the high end, which I sometimes can be, ahead of the race. So I want to let the body relax a little bit. I want to have the caffeine on race day be more effective. I want to have better sleep in prep of the race. And so this is a slight modification to the protocol here. All right, so another thing I got cooking is uploading the recording from the team call last night. So these are some of the logistics that at one point I'd love to not have to worry about running the biz. But for the present moment, it's part of the grunt work. So I got to grab the recording. I got to upload the recording to a private YouTube link, and then I will upload that YouTube link to our team server on Circle so that athletes who were not on the call can listen back to it. Another little perk to the system is that I've got an AI note taker, and so the AI note taker sends me a summary, and I can drop in the summary for people who just want to read through a quick write-up on the call and maybe not want to listen to the whole call or just check into the details like that, whatever. So I'm getting this up right now, just creating the post in Circle and uploading the video to YouTube. All right, so this is a great example of just building stuff on the fly with what is alive with the team. So it's September 11th. We just had Prairie on Fire Backyard Ultra led by the tribal prof, Jordan Goldstein, and it was a huge success. We had like 8 athletes there, and we have decided that we are going back to Prairie on Fire next year, and we are making this an identified and clarified team race. But now we got 5 or 6 things on the calendar, and I want to clarify for the team what are the opportunities to participate in 2025. And so I don't want to just sprinkle out, this is a new team race, right? Because now people are wondering, like, there's a lot of team races. What the fuck? And they're kind of forgetting about them, right? Forgetting about certain ones that might conflict with other things they've got going on. So I just built out this flyer here. This is just in Canva, very, very simple. 2025 tribal team races. We got Elephant Mountain 50 in Cave Creek, Arizona. That's February 1. May 18th, Chattanooga 70.3. July 31 to August 2nd, Tribal Trail Fest in Boulder. August 20th to 24th, Tribal Training Camp and Sunset Tri here in Boulder. September 6th, Prairie on Fire Backyard Ultra in Indianapolis. And then TBD on the Team Ironman for 2025. Either going to be Ironman Florida, or we've got some West Coast folks interested in Ironman California and Sacramento. So now I'm going to export this and send this out to the team and say, hey, let's build some momentum around this. That's one thing I also love to do with any kind of announcement. We don't want to just share random info. Like, I want to build some identity. Let's go. I want people to see this, and I want them to say, fuck, man, I want to be involved in all of that. Or at the very least, I want to be involved in some of it. So here we go, sending it out to the team now.
Oh, hello there, Jack. All right, so the little man is up, 7:20, so I got a good bit of work done. He slept a little longer than usual. And I got to say, so yesterday, admittedly, yesterday, admittedly, not a huge day of dad duty. Chelsea buried or carried the load a little bit more. Carried the burden, not sure. So today, important to reset that. So here's what I did. I basically told Chelsea, hey, I'm going to handle the morning so that she can go out and get a run in. And that's exactly where she is right now. And what I have realized is that it is very helpful for Chelsea to stay consistent with training. She's an athlete of mine. I coach her. It's very helpful for her to stay consistent with training if I really help her clarify the windows where she can get stuff done. And sometimes that means me creating the window. So she's got an appointment at 8:30, so she is going to be dropping Jack at the nanny just before that. And so really all I got to do here is just handle the little man for, I mean, usually it'd be a little bit closer to 2 hours, but he needed a couple extra Z's this morning. So we're rolling. We're off to get some eggs down. Let's go.
So we got exciting news in the dryer house. Jack is in the early stages of walking. Yes! You can do it, buddy. You want to come here? Oh, good man. That's the GoPro. Does it look pretty cool? It's got some cool lights. It's blinking a little bit. Oh, great job. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. One more step, one more step. Ah! All right, we gotta share the secret to cooking great eggs. Pig, I'm almost tripping over you. Jack's hanging in the tower. We got a bunch of eggs here for Jack and I. And we got goat cheese melting in the pan before these eggs go in. Turn this heat down a little bit. Boom. Goat cheese and eggs, absolutely freaking delicious. I'm a big fan. Jack is a big fan. And now, turn this heat down a touch. We will get into the full protocol here. So this is how we master the kitchen. We clean as we go. We're gonna keep using that. But right away, we're getting into cleaning. Jack's back there chopping on a banana. Right. That dishwasher is not clean, I don't think, but I'm not exactly sure. There we go, we'll get this. And now, eggs go away. And goat cheese goes away. And avocado oil goes away. I am not a fan of having a ton of dirty dishes to clean up after I finish cooking. So right now, what do we got going on here? Spice cabinet, we got that thing, we got the pan going, Jack's hanging, no mess. All right, Jack, here we go. A little pepper, eggs, some sourdough, a little bit of banana. Locked in. Cleaning process continued. We got the eggs cooked and plated over there, but I'm not into eating and then finishing with a bunch of dishes to still do. So I will take 10 seconds here to clean out the pan that I used, the spatula. We got a knife that we used right here to butter the bread. Low on sourdough. I would have loved to have a slice of sourdough, but no dice for Dada. Gonna have to go bananas so I can carb up before my ride. And now we will eat. All right, we had a little change of plans this morning. Mama was gonna drive Jack to the nannies, but things were getting a little slow in the house. So I got a ride, I'm doing in a little bit. We got Kit on for the day, and now Dad has got to get lunchbox, diaper bag. Jack's all dressed. Is this silly? Is this silly? Is this silly? Yeah, this is a pretty cool thing, Jack. Okay, Jack, well, listen up. Listen up. It's time to go get in the car. And we're going to go start the day, even though we kind of already have started the day. We're about to start the next part of the day. Let's go. All right, we are moving and grooving. This day is rolling on. So we got Jack dropped off, and then I just banged out a very solid tweet thread that I'm about to schedule to go live, and then I will schedule this to retweet twice later today. And the goal here is that I am making an intentional effort to give people an opportunity to direct them to come sign up for Tribal. A lot of my messaging in the past has just been like, here's what I'm doing, here's what the team is doing, and I am evolving a bit more to say, here's what's going on, and here's how you join, right? That call to action is huge. And this tweet thread, this is a short sample of my story of getting into a 70.3 and that changing my mindset and changing how I attacked life, how I eventually moved to Colorado. And my goal with sharing this is that I want somebody to read this and I want them to resonate with the struggles that I was feeling.
I start this off, I say, I was successful, but I felt trapped. I had a 100K salary, engaged to be married, and owned a house, but I felt complacent. Then I mustered up the courage to do a 70.3. Then I go into saying, like, I grew up outside of Philly and I had no reason to leave. I got a job in the city, I bought a house in the suburbs. Everyone who knew me saw me as a success. There are people out there who are limiting themselves by staying stuck in their hometown or in the city close to where they grew up. And for me, I say, but something inside me was eating at me. I wanted to do more with my life, right? And there's people out there that got goals, dog. They got big dreams. And me sharing my story here, I want to draw them in. I want to help them see, fuck, man, I ain't stuck here in this situation. I ain't stuck here in this environment. So I go through, I share my story a little bit, and then I drive them at the end to say, hey, if you're dreaming of a new version of yourself, let me help. I help people become the versions of themselves they're dreaming of. I help them feel confident during the process, and I bring them into a community of people doing the same stuff. Click here to work with me. Call to action. This is how I'm evolving, right? Let's go. All right, we got this going, and then the next step here is I'm going on a bike ride. Come on now. We got basic ride prep here. We got 2 bottles loaded up. I got 300 calories in here, 150 in here. I'm just doing an easy ride for 90 minutes. Bike computer loaded up and charged. About to pump the tires. You gotta pump your tires before every ride. That is a huge beginner mistake that I see. These guys are pumping their tires like once every couple of weeks. We gotta be riding on good PSI. Got these up to about 85. All right, slightly classic here. Cannot find my wallet. Might be in my swim bag from yesterday. Where the fuck? My work situation is a little bit of a shit show right here. I got headphones, maybe I'll bring those. Nothing there. Where is this wallet? Where is this wallet? Come on now, dog. Lock in. I just checked in the car. It wasn't there. I took the other car yesterday, but I don't believe that I had it in there. Did I have it in my backpack? Good grief, man. Sometimes this is what it be like. Sometimes this is what it be like. Let's go. Got the wallet. Need to ride with your ID. Let's go. We're ready to freaking hit this thing. I got an athlete call in exactly an hour and 50 minutes. Plan for today's ride is easy 90 minutes. I had a hard day yesterday, hard track day. So this is the key to endurance here, is that you just keep the body moving. Today is just ride for 90 minutes. Don't be a hero. Like, just go out, spin, get some aerobic volume, and move on. Come on. Quick update on the Tribal Vision. This is the house. This right here is the house that I dream of. What you just saw there was the guest house. Bigger house in the back. That's the property that I envision buying as Tribal HQ. Right here on 75th. Right in Hygiene. That's what I see. Ripping through the town of Lyons right here, Lyons, Colorado, headed into South St. Vrain Canyon. Today has turned into one of those days where I am moving. Up at 5:30, making partnerships, hitting up race directors, organizing the team, building PDFs, making decisions, right into dad duty, right into making eggs, right into dropping Jack at the nanny, right into writing threads, right into riding my bike. I don't fucking stop. quick transitions. Huge theme on the team call last night. My favorite canyon in Boulder. Here we come. It's kind of funny I put out that thread. This is exactly what I traded city life for. This right here. All right, little turnaround spot. Just took a leak. Hanging here, South St. Vrain Canyon, so freaking beautiful. And I just gotta say, this day, I didn't expect this day to unfold the way that it is, but this is rolling on, and this is such a true depiction of what it is like in my day-to-day, right? Like, didn't expect to build the PDF, didn't expect to hit up the race org, didn't expect to drive Jack to the nanny, didn't expect to write the thread. But when this stuff pops up, man, I just move. A huge theme on the team call last night was quick transitions, in and out, get stuff done, move, act, be bold. And to me, that's everything, man. How'd I be able to do any of this stuff? How'd I be able to do any of this stuff if I was dilly-dallying, sitting around between stuff? 20 minutes here, 15 minutes there, that stuff adds up so much. And here we are fitting this in. I got 48 minutes to get back before I got an athlete call at noon. I got a podcast I'm recording at 1. Shortly after that, I'll be getting Jack again from the nanny. And this is what it's all about, man. Moving and grooving. Let's go. Woo! Back in flat land. Almost home, baby. Look who we just found mid-ride. Chelsea's out here. Post-meeting. What are you doing right now, babe?
Going to get coffee and do work.
Going to get coffee and do work. Got it done. Final stats here. 30.1 miles, 1 hour, 31 minutes and 32 seconds. Average speed, 19.73 miles an hour. Average watts, 180. Average heart rate, 126. I got 9 minutes for my athlete call. 30 miles there in 1 hour 31. That's a good endurance lesson. I always make sure that I punch it through. 90-minute ride in the plan. If I finished at 1 hour 30, I would have been at 29 miles. I don't roll like that. If I'm right near a milestone, I'll push it to hit that milestone. And to me, that just ingrains the identity of punching it through. I'm at the bare minimum hitting my 90 minutes. I'm at the bare minimum hitting my 45 minutes on a run, hitting my 90 minutes on a run, right? But when that milestone is right there for an extra little victory, boom, punch it through. Time for a quick little meal real quick before this call. Quick transitions, we're rolling on this thing. We got a great day rolling on here. All right, here's a quick little organizational tip. All my shit, right when I'm done with it, back in its home. Helmet up on the rack, shoes are locked in right here. My office space is a little bit of a mess, but the gear always stays organized. There is really nothing better than the post-run or post-ride hand wash. Just out there dirty, a little dry air, just freshening up. Oh my goodness. And now we will get right into speed meal. So right now it's 11:54. I got 6 minutes till I gotta chat with an athlete. But I just rode. I gotta fuel up here. So this is my favorite speed meal right now. We got this A2 yogurt from Costco. A2 dairy. My sister's really into this stuff. She tells me that it's better than regular milk, regular yogurt. So cool. We'll go with it. Mix it up a little bit. Healthy serving, how much? I don't know, a good bit. And then we got Costco frozen mango. This stuff is freaking amazing. And I just really load it up here. That looks pretty good to me. How much? I don't know, a good bit. Check it. And then the final step. Team Dryer is big on Team Honey Jar. So we got a honey pot here, and I am just gonna drizzle honey all over this thing. Let's get a little bit more. Boom. And then really, this goes back. Boom. This goes back. Boom. That seals. That goes back. I'm gonna do a little mix here. Just kind of mess this around. I'll do this with cottage cheese too, but we're out of cottage cheese right now. The honey doesn't mix perfectly because the mangoes are cold. But that's cool. Kind of mixes in good enough. And then here, kind of a sample bite. Looks a little sloppy, but I love it. And it tastes really fucking good. So, now we've got 4 minutes to the athlete call. Let's go. Just wrapped up that athlete call. Got a couple minutes to spare here, and I got to get a kit out to one of my guys. I got Trevor racing Ironman Italy, and he needs a new kit. So we are printing this out here. Label printer. It's not printing. What is going on? Did not have the label printer plugged into the computer. Got it. Here's how we roll with this stuff. Little printout, little label, boom. Got to drop this now at the post office and get him race ready. All right, just wrapped up the first ever full interview, I guess I'd call it. I just interviewed Paul Millard, who is an online writer. He's an online entrepreneur. He's published a book and he's got a new book coming out. And I actually met Paul for a hike in Boulder a couple weeks back. And to me, I wanted to, this is the first time I've ever had somebody on the Tribal Training Podcast that's really not about fitness. I've only ever had athletes on the podcast, so it's my first ever interview and the first time that I'm bringing in something that's not really fitness related. But to me, number one is that I love writing, so this is just an authentic interest of mine. But also, we've got a lot of people inside the tribe who start expressing themselves through writing, finding a new creative outlet once they get into endurance and once they join Tribal. And so that's really why I wanted to do this. I'm also excited because one idea that I'm executing more on is the idea of basically cross-collaborating. So Paul's got a good audience, I've got a good audience, and by having him, who's in like another world, right? He's in the writing world, I'm in the fitness world, right? Having us be able to cross over is a cool way for each of us to get to support each other and for new people to find out about me and Tribal and for new people to also then find out about Paul, hopefully buy his book. I read his book, Pathless Path, totally recommend it. His new book, Good Work, is coming out, I think in 5 days, he said. And I was a little bit nervous on this interview because I didn't really have a plan. I was like, I'm just gonna freewheel this and hopefully I'll pull out some interesting questions. And after we wrapped up, he said I was a good interviewer, and that made me feel good. So remember that when you're building and doing big things, it's always helpful to be encouraged. And it's always helpful to get a little bit of love. And so that meant a lot to me. And so I'm going to make a point to give out that love a little bit back to somebody else today. Let's go.